Well, we're back in the world of Napoleonic Total War 3, and we have a slightly different type of battle here today. It's a bit more of a fast-paced one, as we're doing another historical battle, but it's a cavalry battle, and it's an all-cavalry battle. So this is the Battle of Sahagun, fought in 1808 between the British and the French. It's part of the the Corunna expedition. Is part of the the retreat, I guess, towards Corunna. And Sahagun is a battle fought between 800 dragoons and chasseurs and 400 hussars. So yeah, at this battle, there are quite a few units involved, including I believe at this battle as well there is also mention of some of the guard also being there. So we do actually have quite a few guard cavalry available in this one as well, with Dorsen here. And yeah, I think some of the chasseurs cheval of the guard, like the some of their troops, are available at this battle as well. And also, I think we have the Mamelukes here as well. I think they're certainly at the Battle of Benevente, which is another battle at this time. They might also be at Sahagun. I could have had the two battles mixed up, but we do have. Just a bit of an all-cav fight here. It was a very silly battle we did on the stream a little while ago. Historically, it's a British victory. We'll see whether the British can win it here today. They are playing with a pretty small force in comparison. They actually definitely probably do have a 2-to-1 sort of odds, because we have a lot of French cav here, and we could only spend our money on French cav if you had money to spare. That was a shame. But we do have an 1809 Salt. We have Dorsen, which is an 1812, but he has access to the guard. We have more Salt over there. Ney, which is 1809 as well, again has just generic sort of like dragoons in it. And then we have Kellerman over here at 5 point, again 1809 as well. Points sort of balance up, but not really that particularly that much. All of these are 1808 Brits, which just have a lot of hussars, and that's the only cavalry they have available is hussars, which look awesome, by the way. I do feel like the hussars, sort of the British hussar uniform, kind of goes underrated in NTW 3. It looks really, really cool. I think it looks very, very nice. And I feel like they got it down to a T, to be honest. And you got those scary bear skins on. I'm not quite sure which units are which are the better ones, but there are some better ones and some worse ones. I know that the Brits were also supposed to bring the historical commander if he was available, which is Henry Lord Paget, who was leading the cavalry at this point in history for the Brits. And yeah, it seems like the Brits and the French both wanted to sort of like line up so we could have a glorious cav charge and make it look as nice as possible. So it looks like, yeah, Kellerman is going to be on this right flank. We have Salt at the moment. Looks like he's kind of taking up the center. Dorsen maybe behind. And then it looks like over here, Ney on that left-hand side here. Whether the French want to maybe stretch their army out a bit more, try and take advantage of the numbers they have, I don't know. Going obviously for generals will be huge and very easy to do in this sort of battle. But yeah, we don't often do all cav battles. I think I did another one like a year or so ago with like a Russian campaign. I can't remember the name of that one. I'm sure I put a link for it somewhere. But it's a Russian campaign, 1812 battle. And it's basically a battle between Polish Uhlans and Cossacks, which is yeah, just some Lancer cav. So we did a different one. There are quite a few in the peninsula where a lot of the lighter sort of hussars take on dragoons and chasseurs and end up winning quite a lot of them as well. At Battle of Benevente, and I think this one here as well, Sahagun, they win. But yeah, this is all part of a much larger and disastrous campaign at the time for the Brits, where they land in Spain with Sir John Moore's army, and they end up getting soundly beaten at the time that Napoleon is here. He's here with his Grand Armée in sort of 1808, and he just kind of like soundly beats the Brits, to be honest, and sends them packing. And that's kind of then allows Wellington to have his go as commander-in-chief, because Sir John Moore ends up dying. But here we go. Anyway, less about history, and we'll get straight on into the battle at hand, as we have Chasseur Cheval here with Hannibal going in, and they are charging in there. And I imagine the hussars are going to probably win more of these combats. Certainly against things like chasseurs, these provisional dragoons here, seem like they also can get a great charge off, to be honest, there. And they are provisionals at the end of the day as well. They have numbers to the French over the Brits here, so if we can wear them down, they have got a good chance. But they have won a lot of those initial fights there. We have now Guard Lancers going in and some Hussars here going in. The French are, well, I would say, I thought they were winning on this side here, but they actually are not. They're being beaten back there. 2 units being beaten in a 2-on-1 by the Brits there. Very, very nice for them. We're just going to keep probably zoomed out. Not really easy to do lots of close-ups. Actually, we'll go for slow-mo. Why not? We'll slow-mo this. It's not going to be a big, long battle. But yeah, you can see the Lancers here going in. The Hussars sort of double teaming. They have actually managed to... Oh, no, they haven't. They've routed the Lancers here. Of all things, I was going to say it's a pretty dangerous unit for the Hussars. But they 2v1'd it again. I think the side charges coming in. Other cav here being routed. The Hussars. And then we got the Chevaliers Servants going in. And kind of going in dribs and drabs, the French at the moment. Which is not so great. But yeah, those boys in their very... cool bearskin hats as well, competing with the Hussars of the Brits for drip, that is for sure. Far flank over here, the as you can see, the French sort of fighting on, but these look like, yeah, actually these are reasonably decent dragoons. That they look like provisionals, but they're not. They are just not well kitted out, I guess. They just don't look very cool in their non-ornate uniforms. We've got a general killed there. Yeah, mine immediately after the Lancers, I think, routed. There's just a straight line shot from my general, and the Brits took it. I didn't, to be fair, try and save him. My army is completely gone. I had no skin left in the game, so I was like, my general doesn't really matter that much. French still struggling over here, but they have managed to rout some of these British units now, and are having a bit more joy. And they are probably going to get this Hussar here in a second. To be honest, we'll go for another little slow-mo. We can see the Hussars here, dueling, clashing with their sabres, doing what they can. But yeah, they are, kind of pinning down the French there. But there's a lot of French cav. And the French general actually kind of open. It's Soult here. I mean, you can definitely be charged by the Hussars here. He is about to go in. Is Soult going to get out of there? I'm not so sure. Certainly, any French cav is not going to get a great charge here. And there you go, another general killed. Oh, that's Kellerman over there. He's been fully farmed down and finally lost on that flank there. Looks like Soult and also Ney are kind of very open. Looks like the Brits finally did get routed there, and more British cavalry is routing here. They've managed to take some French dragoons with them. The Brits are pretty low on cav, and it is coming in dribs and drabs now themselves. The French are, on the other hand, very unified, very united. Dragoons again getting a good charge there. They must be, yeah, they are, I was going to say, tired at this point. Don't know how tired the British cav is. Good rear charge there by the Hussars getting in behind, rear charging that French dragoon, getting a rout there. And it's causing a bit more of a mass rout. And more British cav has routed over on that far side there. And you're going to some really good dragoons here. The Les Blancs for Ney's Corps is a very, very good cav unit. But at the moment, history looks like it's going to repeat itself. Britain definitely looks like it has more cav in the game, but it is kind of pulling some of it back, resting up. These cavalry units here are in danger of being sniped by the French while they still have the energy. But it looks like, yeah, the Brits taking some time to rest up some of the Hussars, while the French are kind of continuously going into melees here and getting themselves exhausted. They kind of have to at the moment. They still have enemies close by that need a routing. And there you go, more Hussars coming in, charging the Les Blancs. Like I said, a solid unit. Might rout their own allies there, might be new arrivals of the Hussars. They have taken the Guard Capet Dragoon, which is a very good Dragoon to take out. And again, looks like more Dragoons there getting routed by in a 2-on-1. And it looks like we might win this one as well, possibly, I don't know. The Dragoons are apparently winning slightly, but I don't think they are going to for long, because here we go, yeah, General's about to get sniped. And that's the final Dragoon left. It was a very chaotic and very, like I said, quick battle. But it was one of those that I was like, oh, why not? Let's kind of show it off. I thought it was kind of silly, something a little bit different than NTW3. A very quick one today in comparison, but still a very funny one, I feel like. And yeah, there you go. Another French general dead. But yeah, this was just a very silly battle. Hopefully the end results are on the screen for you to have a look at. They're very low in comparison to what a typical NTW3 battle looks like. But yeah, an all-cav fight, something very, very different, very, very chaotic. Doesn't really take a lot of skill either, I feel like, for players. It's just kind of just like a right-click charge. Maybe a bit of hammer and anvil here going on. But yeah, we'll have a look at kills. I don't think I've got really any. My guardsmen did terrible, and same with my Mamelukes. So I kind of did, to be fair, play it easy on the Brits. I felt like it just sounds terrible having now lost. And he's like, yeah, of course you were, Pope. But generally thought we were going to stop them because there was so much more cavalry. I was like, we're just going to encircle these guys. But we did kind of, the French certainly on the left kind of got in each other's way, weren't able to get around the back of them, they were saying. And certainly Kellerman and my own armies, certainly bringing like a load of provisional cav, didn't end up working. And Kellerman being a 5-point, just not being able to bring enough, or also just not the cav not being good enough. Just seems to just deal with the hussars, who were actually better than the Brit players were kind of claiming for. They were saying they were so, but I think they were decent, to be fair. But there you go, a quick cav fight. Hopefully I put up some glorious battles for you to have a look at to really get your teeth into. If you need some more NTW3 and you know that 10-minute long video was not enough for you, check out some of the videos appearing on your screen now. There should be some good ones there, including maybe the other cav fight, I don't know, that we've done already. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you folks in the next one. Bye for now.